Happy Friday. I hope you're well. The world is going absolutely bananas, it seems like, from floods and earthquakes all over to wars and rumors of wars. We are definitely living in unprecedented times. We are living in the fourth turning, and we're going to be talking more about that, I promise. But again, this is the type of part of the cycle that we're in where things get really ramped up, they get heated. So fasten your seatbelts, stay calm, prepare the best that you can, and you'll be okay on the other side, especially if you have faith and you're prayed up, which I highly recommend. So I wanted to get on the video today and respond to the monthly jobs report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the BLS. Every month, the BLS will come out and say, "Hey, the U.S. economy added X number of jobs to the economy," and it's however many jobs or what have you. But then 30, 60 days later, the BLS will come out. I'm not sure if you were aware of this, and they'll revise those numbers if they get new data. And typically, what's been happening recently is they revise every single month, and every time that they revise, the number is revised downward. So let me give you a very tangible example. So this is Yahoo Finance. So today, U.S. labor market adds 73,000 jobs in July, while May-June report sees larger than normal downward revisions. So first of all, 73,000 jobs, even that initial claim of added jobs is much lower than the recent past, and I'll show you. So already you see right here, the U.S. economy added 73,000 non-farm payrolls or jobs in July, less than the 104,000 expected. So that's already 73,000 is already lower than what was expected. I'm going to scroll down here and you can see in May, the BLS originally said there were 144,000 jobs added, came back and revised that to 19,000. That is a substantial revision. You can see in June, originally they came out and said, "Hey, we added 147,000 jobs. Things are doing great." And then they came back, no, we lied. There were only 14,000 jobs added. And so this is a pattern that happens, right? The big headline is, we added 140 or however many thousand jobs. The little headline is, "Oh, no, sorry, we lied. That was only like 14,000." And so the economy is in a really shaky place. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of lawmakers, a lot of pundits, a lot of economists, etc., are really urging the Federal Reserve and really want the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates, because lowering of interest rates frees up debt, it injects liquidity into the economy, and it can have a boost to employment. Because say, you're an employer, now you can access debt more cheaply. Now you can take out a loan to expand your business. Maybe you're going to get a new location and you're going to hire some people, right? So typically, more access to debt equals more jobs. So one of the reasons why folks are encouraging Jerome Powell and the Fed to lower interest rates. And we talked about that before. I'm going to stay on jobs today, but I just wanted to connect this interest rate battle between the executive branch and the Federal Reserve Bank, and one of the facets that are impacted by the interest rate, this whole fiasco. So in terms of the jobs, you see, okay, this BLS thing is kind of crazy. Now they're saying, okay, we added 73,000 jobs for July. Let's see in a few weeks what that's revised down to. Hopefully it's at least in the positive and we didn't actually lose jobs, because companies are cutting back a lot. And all of those cutbacks don't really make headline news. So on the jobs, I also wanted to bring to your attention, Microsoft released a report, and I will put a link to the full report in the description section. And this report was talking about jobs that are most susceptible to AI and robots kind of taking over that profession, and also jobs that are least susceptible to AI and robots taking over those professions. So I just wanted to go through a couple of those here. So here you see these are the top 40 jobs most threatened. And let's just look at a couple that are at the top: interpreters and translators, historians, passenger attendants, sales representatives, writers and authors, customer service representatives, CNC tool programmers, telephone operators, ticket agents and travel clerks, broadcast announcers and radio DJs, and on and on and on, mathematicians, technical writers. One of the interesting things about this report is that it showed an inverse correlation between the more education that you have, or a correlation between the having more education and also a higher threat to AI taking your job. So if your job requires a bachelor's degree or more, what this report is saying is you are more at risk of AI taking your job than, say, if you are working somewhere that doesn't require a bachelor's degree or another advanced degree. And that includes businesses as well. If you're in the business of, maybe you're in the CNC tool business, okay? Maybe you're in the radio business. I mean, radio had a lot of headwinds anyway because of the internet, and there's other ways for us to access music. But if you're in these fields, if you're in these businesses, then this report is saying you might be at further risk. Now I'm going to scroll up on this report, or scroll down, excuse me. And this is from Inc. magazine, so this is just a snippet. The actual report is here, and like I said, I will link that in the description. So here are some of the jobs that are least threatened. So you have phlebotomists, nursing assistants, hazardous materials removal workers, helpers, painters, plasterers, embalmers, plant and systems operators, oral and maxillofacial surgeons, automotive glass installers and repairers, ship engineers, tire repairers and changers, etc. So these are the jobs that, as of right now, are safest from AI and robots, according to this Microsoft report. So I encourage you to check this report out, see where your profession or your business lands on this report. And again, this is not to fearmonger. This is not to make you scared or nervous or unsettled. It's to maybe just prick you to say, hey, I need to really be thinking intentionally about how to prepare for what's happening. Do I need to shift careers? Do I need to take some more classes? Do I need to think about both? Whatever it may be, we all need to be thinking about how we're going to pivot in this season. And that's why I released that short yesterday about some of the classes that I'm taking in AI to practice what I'm preaching, which is to upskill myself, learn new skills, get comfortable with AI and the different tools, because every day there's just more and more and more information and breakthroughs in terms of what AI can do. I'll also leave in the description a link to a newsletter that kind of keeps me abreast of what's going on in AI, new tools, etc., that I think that you'll find helpful as well. So I'll leave that in the description. Last, and I'll leave this website in the description as well. This website, Will Robots Take My Job, is pretty interesting because, as you can see, you can type in your particular job, your field, and it'll give you a score, kind of like a gauge of how threatened you might be by AI. So let's just click one of these. How about actors? Okay, so actors are at a very low risk. All right, let's go back. Electrical engineers, very low risk. So this is something you can play with, and if these are the most searched, but if your profession here isn't in the most searched, you can just type it in up here and take a look at, what, according to this website, what threat position you're in terms of your field. I'll just type in lawyers. They're pretty safe for now. That looks good for lawyers. So I just wanted to leave you with some more tools, some more resources. I wanted to bring to your attention the BLS report today, not only the fact that in recent past, the BLS is always revising down their jobs estimates, but that the actual estimate for jobs added for July is significantly lower than even the estimates just in the months just prior in May and June. 73,000 estimated to be added in July when it was double that in June. So kind of any way you look at it, we're trending downward in terms of adding jobs to the economy, and that is troublesome. And that's not even digging into of the actual jobs that are added to the economy. What kind of jobs are we talking about? Are we talking about a second job, that someone's taking to make ends meet? Or are we talking about a really quality, like dream type job? Typically, it's the former and not the latter, which is also concerning. So I just wanted to bring these concerns to you. Again, not to scare, but to raise your awareness, raise your consciousness, let you know what's going on so that you can make informed decisions and prepare. Check out the description section for the links for the resources I shared today. If you like this content, please subscribe, like, share with someone else who you think might find it useful, and I will see you again soon. Peace.